This is me and my motorcycle. And this is Thomas and his motorcycle. We have decided to go on a road trip this spring. His Yamaha Tenere is in excellent condition. My old Cagiva, not so much. I have a long list of things I need to do. Can I manage to get it fixed in time to the trip? Yes. Yes. Full focus on fixing the Cagiva, absolutely. Sure, great. Later. Okay, have a nice trip then. Talk to you. So, that was Thomas. He started his vacation now. And he has already started his trip. And I not able to join him because I'm still not done with my bike. But we agreed to postpone it a bit and take the trip a bit later this summer. So there is still hope. I don't have that much remaining of the important tasks. But before I dive into the next task here, and Thomas does not know about this, I have to show you. What I always wanted was to have a proper owner's manual for the bike. And of course, it was not included when I bought this, and it's not that easy to find. But I've found a file, a digital copy of it with very good quality. So what I am planning to do is to print my own owner's manual. And maybe you are interested as well if you have a bike like this, and maybe I can make several copies. This is an exact copy of the original one, except the original one was in both the Italian, French, German, I think, and English. This one is English only. So I have copied from the original manual. I have extracted the text and made, yes, as perfect as I could. You can see that I only come to page 8 here, so I'm just barely started. The pictures as in the original one, the text as in the original one, the English one only. And it's so nice, you know, to have a proper manual. The rest of the pages here is just a dummy and some test prints. So it will be approximately somewhere in between of 60 or 70 pages. So it will be something like this. Maybe this is something you want to buy if I print more of them. And actually I have an extra idea here. So my idea for the more section is to include a picture here on the last pages of your Cagiva 750 Elefant. Because I guess if you're interested in an owner's manual, a handbook like this, that is because you have this bike. This owner's manual is for this exact model. 1987 to 1990, 1991, around these years. So if you have a bike like that, send me a picture of it and maybe a short story if you have anything to say, and I can include it here on the last pages. Wouldn't that be fun? Both a useful owner's manual and a picture book for inspiration. What do you think? This prototype I have printed here at home, so the quality is not top-notch. I've investigated a bit, and it will cost maybe around $5 to $10 to get a good quality print out of it. So I will assume with logistics and shipping and stuff, maybe $20 to $30 would be the final price. What do you think? Are you interested in something like that? Drop a comment below if this is something you think we should do. You have to join in. If not, it's not going to happen. But back to the task. I have updated my task list for the Cagiva. The 5 next tasks are now prepared here to be done. And I've actually rearranged my tasks. I have an alternative trip coming up on Friday. Either I need to go on a 5-hour trip with my car, or maybe I can take my first trip with this bike But today it's Tuesday, so I have only 3 days to do the last things. And these tires really need to be replaced. I cannot go on a trip with these old tires. They actually might be 35 years old, so they really need to be replaced. The brakes, I have bought new ones. Maybe they can live over the weekend trip as is, but I cannot go on a trip without having a luggage system. So I have bought some bags, but I need to see if it fits and if I need some extra straps or something to tie them down. And then I have some other small tasks here. I would like to have a GPS. I have a rugged tablet, but task number 1 is replacing the front tire. I've prepared my room upstairs, so it's nice and hot. Makes it easier to take off this old and stiff tire. Since I already replaced my rear tire, I have a bit of experience now using the tire machine. The brake pads are not that worn, ready to be replaced, but they'll probably last 1 more week. And like that, a new, much more adventurous tire is put on and balanced. The old one was, by the way, 28 years old. Yeah, I think this will be better. I must say this is quite a nice upgrade. Replacing tires that is from this century, this millennium actually. Oops. I forgot about my security clamps. They fell off. Sometimes everything goes sideways. Of course, I forgot the bash plate. It's the next day. Maybe you can tell. It's a bit better weather today. But it's not always very nice weather and warm weather here in Norway. So I have bought this jacket from Winter Heat. And it has cable here. So I can power it with a 12 volt from my motorcycle. And then I can stay hot on my trip. I just need to decide where to put the cable. I guess, yeah, somewhere in this area. Also, I want a USB output here at the front, so I can charge my phone or my tablet. And I got a very important tip as well, that the coils on this motorcycle get its power from, of course, the battery, through the ignition, through the stop switch, and then through some connectors and a splitter to the coils. And with a 35 years old motorcycle, all these switches and cables and connections might affect the power. Also, it's the same power from the ignition that goes to the lights. So it's recommended actually to put on a relay and power the coils directly from the battery, so you get proper 12 volt directly to the coil. Maybe that can help the stability for the engine to run smooth. So I will do that at the same time. So a bit of electrical work here before the trip, which is going to start tomorrow. I need to be done with this today, but let me switch back to my regular outfit. And by the way, a shout out to the Norwegian webshop Varmekle, link down in the description. I actually visit them. They have their store not too far away from me, so I was lucky to be able to visit them and test it out. And you can see here, it's even heat in the collar, arms and chest and yeah, everywhere. It's supposed to be very good. I'll tell you when I've used it how it works, but I can also say that I went for the medium size. I was pretty sure I needed the large one. I'm 186, that's my height, but I'm not exactly a bodybuilder. I'm 76 kilos. So medium was perfect for me. Not too long in the arms and also not too wide, because for this to bring the heat into your body, it should be a bit tight into your body. Yeah. I'm starting to get quite a good experience in taking off the tank, to get access to the coils and the wiring loom to connect the 12 volt outputs. Always some fuel in the fuel filter here. It's a bit messy. The worst part is done. So the battery now measures 12.31. And then what is the power at the coil? The ground, I put it directly to the battery. And this is the plus, 10.3. Let me check the other side just to be sure. Yeah, about the same. Luckily, this is a very easy fix. And I have already prepared a solution. I have bought a traditional 12 volt relay. Looks like this. It even has a fuse. And I also bought a cable connector that fits to it. And I have even prepared my own custom cabling, because I found a nice spot where I can put this relay. Here I think is a very nice spot just above the coil. I'm using one of the mounts of the coil to put on the ground cable to the relay, and the relay on top here. Blue cable on this bike is ground and red is plus 12 volts. I'm trying to use the same colors now with my custom wiring. This is the plus to the coil. I'm disconnecting it, and this will now be the power to the relay. I have made a plug inside here, so I can now connect this to the relay. And then I made a new cable that is the output from the relay. Then we'll be replacing the original one. And then this goes across to the other side, connecting to the other coil. So what previously was white with the red dots is now replaced with this white cable. Then I can turn on the ignition. Not sure if you can hear it, but this relay is now turning on and off when I'm turning for instance, the stop switch. Yeah, you could hear that. And then it's only the red wire remaining, and that is bringing 12 volt power directly from the battery and to the relay. And then I'm just routing the 12 volt power to the main positive on the battery. Starting to get quite a lot of cables here. I'll also at the same time just connect the power cable for the jacket. That also goes directly onto the battery. For now, this is just a temporary hack, and the negative goes here. So this is for the jacket only. And I thought maybe I could just put this here, and then I can just take it out and extract the cable wherever it's suitable when I'm gonna use it. Ready for a new test. 11.73. Let me then check how it is at the coil. Here is the negative. 11.61. Then the next thing is to add USB output. Yeah, and remember to sign up for the owner's manual if you're interested. Information in the description. So it's a long time since I bought this. I'm not really sure what it is. I haven't had time to take a look at it. This is the unit. Looks like this. Double USB 2.4 amperage. And it also shows a voltmeter there. This bracket goes to like this, yeah. So I somehow can mount it. So I'll try to put this somewhere in the dashboard. And I think this is some kind of universal motorcycle power cable stuff. Maybe I'll just put it like this. Let's see. Yeah, that should work. And then the USB cable will be sticking out here. Let's try that. And then I can route the cables somewhere here. No. This is temporary, I'll promise you that. I think I'll try to figure out a neater solution later. Now I just need to get going on the trip and just connect this quick and dirty. Definitely not my finest work, but at least I got proper 12 volt directly to the coil. I got USB and I have an output for my heated jacket. Probably gonna redo this and tidy up the wiring later. Now I really just need to figure out my luggage stuff. Okay, so I would say in 4 hours I need to go to bed to start with the trip tomorrow morning. And what's remaining now is to figure out the saddlebags. I have bought the cheapest one I could find, XL Moto. It's waterproof, it's soft bags. Top bag is 28 liters, saddle bag 40 liters. Bought them more than a year ago. The whole kit cost a bit more than $100. And I don't know how this works at all, but something like this, and then comes the bag on top. And I hope it's just to strap it. I need to make sure it's not touching anything. And this was okay, so this should be... Yeah, let me start with these ones. So if I am sitting here, then the bags, yeah, approximately where they are now, I guess. Maybe. So how is this even working? Okay, so some Velcro here. A lot of straps. It's more or less just one big open space here that can be filled up. Perhaps I should just pick up some stuff to see how it will be when I fill it up. I have a tent, inflatable mattress, sleeping bag, some clothes, yeah. Some clothes, some more clothes. This is my sleeping bag, not the smallest one. Maybe I should find a more compact one. This is the Amok mattress, inflatable. And this is the tent. Maybe it's the most heavy one, even though it's a lightweight one. And the first thing I can see is that the tent is too long to fit into this. So the tent needs to go sideways. So then I can use the top bag for it. And the top bag is actually just one long tube to fill up. And then close it by wrapping it a couple of times. But there is room for more here. Maybe I can attach the inflatable mattress in the same. Yes. That is fine. The sleeping bag, I probably need to put... Ooh, is it a bit too big? As you probably understand, this is something I've never done before. Packing motorcycle for a trip. It seems like the sleeping bag occupies one of the bags. Okay, so I'm almost using half my luggage space for the sleeping bag only. So then the sleeping bag is here. I really think I need to tie up this section that goes across, okay. Perhaps a bit too much. I can see straight away I can't bring as much as I thought. But let's just try it. Still I have some toilet stuff, chargers. But at least this gives a slight idea of what I can bring with me. Okay. And then I guess this one on top somehow. I can definitely fit more in the bag on top here. It's plenty of extra space. And I also have my luggage rack here, so I could add something extra there as well, but I want to tie this down, how to do that. I guess all of these straps, I need to use them around here, but let me see how it feels. Do I look like a real adventurer now? I barely can feel it. The bag's touching my rear end. You know what? I think I'm gonna make this work. I'm not really sure how yet. I'll come back to you later with my review if I like or dislike this cheap XL Moto bags. Yeah, and I have some more room there on top. This one can definitely be packed more into. I'll bring this indoors and do the proper packing. But I have one last task I want to fix. I bought this rugged tablet a while ago. It's at least semi-waterproof. And I thought maybe it would be nice to have it here. Should work fine. It is a bit big. Should have bought a smaller one, but yeah, this was very reasonable priced. Used, second-hand. But I need some kind of mount to it. And I have a lot of these Arca Swiss camera mounts. And I thought maybe I could use that here and then use this one on the tablet. Can I make it work? I should go to bed in a couple of hours to be prepared to packing and traveling tomorrow. Let me give it a shot. My backup plan is to just use my cell phone with a regular mount. Okay, I'll give this 1 hour, see if I can fix anything. And here you can see the solution. Absolutely not my finest product, but yeah, it's way past bedtime here. I need to get ready for the trip tomorrow. It's a square aluminium pipe cut off one side so I can thread it on, and I have some rubber inside here and 2 clamps, and I screwed on this Aakash mount. On my tablet I have the opposite. I cut out an aluminium sheet, and it was luckily some screws here so I can attach it. And then now the idea is that I can put this on here, and I need to thread my hand underneath here, and I must say quite sturdy, absolutely. And now I can have a USB cable here. I found an angled one so it fits nicely there, and then I can turn on and it starts charging. And I can just press this button and I can start navigating around, just out in the sea here. So yeah, and I also have prepared on this other button here the DMD app, but I haven't bought the license yet. And for this trip, Google Map will work best for me. I can just plug in the destination and yeah, off I go. But that's tomorrow. No, some hours sleep, then packing, and see you tomorrow morning for a farewell. What a beautiful day. Fantastic day for going on a trip. Definitely don't be needing my heated jacket right now. I better get on my put on my riding gear and get along. I'm a bit late, so yeah, better hurry. I'll bring along my GoPro camera and record whatever might happen that is of interest. So in my next video you will maybe see short report of the trip, but before I go, let me show you the bag situation. And I must say, this was really nice, almost like it was built for this bike. This strap fits perfectly to tie the bag down to the foot peg. Top bag was easy to mount, and I use my baggage rack here. I decided to take out the sleeping bag and put an extra bag. So I will actually be buying one more of these top bags to put the sleeping bag in. Then I have plenty of room. Really satisfied with this solution. So then, next is then just to put on my gear and go. Hope to see you back in the next video, and I'll let you know how it went.